Hi friends, Mickey here. Today is Wednesday. I'm filming this video in the middle of the week to try and get ahead, but you are probably watching this on Monday, so today I'm doing a little bit of time traveling for you. Today is part 6 in my series on how to cover a song, and we are going to be talking about accompaniment. I am going to show you a basic method that you can use to accompany yourself on the piano or the guitar, even if you have had no formal training on playing an instrument and know nothing about music theory. I have not seen a video like this anywhere else on YouTube, so hopefully this is going to be content that's going to be helpful to some of you out there. I know I would have loved to see a video on this topic when I was learning how to play the guitar at 13. So let's dive right in. We've got a lot to cover today. And cheers. You know, at this point I should really be getting sponsored by Starbucks. So you guys, if you want to give me some free drinks, let's make that happen. So I like to think about a song like a house. When you're house shopping and you go look at houses, the realtor has staged the house, there's furniture, there's flowers in the vases, there's paint on the walls, and you buy the house having seen the vision of the person that lived there before or the realtor. And then when you move in, all of that stuff has been taken out. Now you're left with the structure of the house, and you can start buying your own furniture and painting the walls the colors that you like and really making the house into a space where you feel comfortable to express your own individuality. So when you hear a song on a record or on the radio, that's like the staged house. It's somebody else's vision, it's got all these bells and whistles, and the track has been really built up around the song. When you start to make the song your own, I suggest you get rid of all of those decorations and those bells and whistles so that you're left with the structure of the song. The lyrics, the melody, the chord changes. And then, once you've taken the song out of context, you can start adding on your own bells and whistles and interpreting it in your own way that expresses your personality. So that's why I think it's really important to know how to accompany yourself, at least in a basic way, on an instrument when you're covering a song. Now, if you don't want to accompany yourself on an instrument, you can still cover songs. That's not a problem. You can sing them a cappella, and that simply means without instrumental accompaniment, just the voice. If you're going to go this route, I suggest that you get a pitch pipe. So a pitch pipe is just like a little harmonica. And as you can see, it has all of the keys written on it. And if your song is, say, written in the key of A, you find A. And that's going to be your starting key. Great little tool. One step up from a cappella is singing along to a recorded karaoke track. Now, the internet is a wonderful place. And you can simply go to YouTube and type in the name of whatever song you're singing. I'm going to do Ed Sheeran's song Perfect, because that song is very special to me. And I'm just going to put in karaoke. And you can see there's even karaoke tracks in a lower key, karaoke tracks in a female key. But let's do the original and see what comes up. So here's one by Sing King Karaoke. There's Karaoke Star, Sing to Piano. So if you click on that, oh, now we're going to get an ad for Lean Cuisine. Okay, here we go. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. So you can go the karaoke route, or you can look up the chords online. So I would go to a search engine and I would just type in the name of the artist, the name of the song, and chords. And you're going to get a bunch of different websites. So let's go to ultimateguitar.com, but you can see there's many choices to choose from here. Now I'm going to get, and if you download the app for this, you can transpose the song up or down into a key that's appropriate for your vocal range. You can see the transpose button down here. So if you have perfect pitch, or you've had ear training before, or you've studied an instrument, then you probably can just listen to the song and pick out the chords yourself. But if you haven't, there's no shame in going online and looking up the chord progression. Other people have done the work for you, and there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. So what do you do now that you have the letter names of the chord progression? So I'm going to put a diagram up and show you the keyboard with the letter names of the notes on it in a moment. As you can see, in music, we have 7 notes, and they go in alphabetical order. They are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then it stops and repeats. It does not go to the letter H. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. And how you orient yourself on the piano is C is always going to be below a group of 2 black keys. So as you can see, we have white and black keys, and the black keys are grouped into pairs and triplets. So you locate a pair of black keys, and the C is going to be below. So this way on the piano, this way, is going up in pitch. So I'm going to refer to that as up. And this way on the piano is going down in pitch. I'm going to refer to that as down. So C is always going to be below the pair of black keys. And middle C, incidentally, is usually below the name of the piano. Okay? So you know C is here, then this is B, A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on and so forth. Now, the black keys give you our half steps. So if this is C, the black key above it is going to be a half step up in pitch, and that's going to be the sharp of the note. So this is C sharp, this is D sharp, this is E. E sharp is going to be F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, and then B sharp is C. Now you can do it in the opposite direction also. If you go down by a half step, you're going to get the flat of the note. So this is C, C flat is B, B flat, A flat, G flat, F flat is E flat, D flat, C. So those are all the notes that you have on the piano. So I've printed out the chords to the song, and the simplest way to accompany myself on the piano is going to be to play the bass notes of the chords. So as you can see, the verse is G, E, C, and D. So if C is here below this pair of 2 black keys, I know G is going to be C, D, E, F, G here. That's where I'm going to start. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. And I can play this with one finger, even if I don't know how to correctly finger keys on the piano. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. And now the pre-chorus is going to be G, E, C, G, D. So essentially the same chord progression. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. And then the chorus is going to be E, C, G, D, E. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. So that is the most basic way to accompany yourself on the piano. Now let's take it to the next level of difficulty. I'm going to show you how to build major and minor chords, which are the two most common chords that you're going to encounter in pop songs. I'll do another video on other more complicated chords, like diminished, augmented, and seventh chords, but 99% of the time in pop and rock contemporary music, you're just going to be using major and minor chords. The way that you build a major chord is you start on the bass note. So let's say we're in the key of C. We have our C on the bottom, and the second note in the chord is going to be 2 whole steps above that note. So a half step is the closest note to that note. So from C to C sharp is a half step. From C sharp to D is a half step. So from C to D is 2 half steps or 1 whole step. So I'm going to go from C to C sharp to D sharp to E. That's 2 whole steps, and that's my second note in my major chord, E. And then from the second note to find the third note, you're going to go up 1.5 steps. So we have half, whole, 1.5 to find our third note in the chord, or G. So our C major chord is C, E, G. And that same relationship between the notes is going to be true in any key on the piano. So if I start on E and I want to build an E major chord, I go 2 whole steps up from E to G sharp, and then I go 1.5 steps up to B. That's going to be my E major chord. E, G sharp, B. Now to make a minor chord, you simply find the major chord and you take the middle note and lower it by half a step. So that's my C minor chord. And the relationship between the first and the second note is going to be 1.5 steps. And the relationship between my second and third note is going to be 2 steps. And that's true in any key. So major, minor, major, minor, major, minor. So now you know how to build a major and minor chord in any key on the piano. Let's play our song again using blocked chords instead of just the bass notes. So we have our verse, and it's G, and then E minor, little m stands for minor. If there's nothing, it means it's a major chord. C, D. So we're starting in G. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. And baby, say I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, and so on and so forth for the rest of the song. There are a lot of more advanced variations that you can employ once you get the hang of things. You can use broken chords, you can use arpeggios, you can do a waltz, you can add in the left hand for a more full sound, or you can use inversions, meaning that you can scramble the notes in the chord. So instead of C, E, G, having the root note C on the bottom, you would do E, G, C, and put the root note on the top, and other variations as well. But I'm not going to go into that right now in this video because that would take a very, very long time. This is the basic idea, and I will do other videos on the more advanced variations. If this is difficult for you in the beginning, just remember it's like learning any new skill or new language, and it's going to take time, so don't get discouraged. You can always do the simpler bass note accompaniment as well. So I can see that this video is at 15 minutes already, so I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to have a part B to this accompaniment video where I will cover guitar next Monday. So please tune back in for that. I hope this piano portion was helpful. I know that there was a lot of information here packed into a very short tutorial. So if you have any questions and you want clarification on anything that I touched upon, you want me to go into more detail on anything, or if you're having specific issues, please let me know in the comments below, and I promise you I will respond. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for future content. I'll see you back here next week, and until then, happy singing.